What if the world ended, and the people who survived were the ones living underground for generations? In a world destroyed by nuclear war, humanity didn't disappear, it evolved in the dark. But when one girl steps outside the bunker for the first time, she discovers a brutal, chaotic surface, where survival is not guaranteed, and the truth about the world is far more dangerous than she ever imagined. Welcome to Fallout, where the past is buried, and the future is a wasteland. Before we start, I'd like to remind you that the one speaking is James, that's me. And Emma is the one who wrote the video, and Olivia handled the editing, and you can suggest movies and series you'd like us to summarize in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The second season of the series begins with the ghoul and Lucy as they search for her father Hank. They manage to trick a group of bandits in order to eat, but unfortunately the bandits discover them and they fight with the ghoul. They tie him up and wrap a rope around his neck and want to kill him. Lucy is hiding in a high place with a rifle, but she does not have the courage to shoot the bandits. The ghoul tries to signal Lucy to shoot them before they finish him off. Lucy talks to them first to let the ghoul go, but they do not care about what she says. At the last moment, Lucy shoots them and kills many of them before they kill the ghoul. She shoots the rope tied around the ghoul and frees him. The ghoul helps her and kills the remaining men. After that, the ghoul talks to her and tells her that she will not be able to help him if she continues in the same way. She tells him that she is not wrong and that she does not like to kill anyone. The ghoul talks to her about a man named House and tells her that he is the one in charge of the plan that destroyed the world with the nuclear war. At that time, Betty, the supervisor of Vault 33, talks with the members of the Vault and tells them that they should ration water consumption because the supply is decreasing in a strange way. After that, one of the members asks her about Norm, Lucy's brother. Betty tells him that he went to Vault 31 for the leadership exchange. At the same time, Chet, Lucy's cousin, talks with the supervisor of Vault 32 and tells her that all the people who came from Vault 33 have taken jobs inside Vault 32 except for him. He tells her that he could be her personal guard because he has good experience. The supervisor tells him that she wants someone to take care of her son and tells him that the child has gotten used to him. At that time, Norm is in Vault 31 and does not know how to deal with the cryopods that are there. The supervisor tells him that he is supposed to stay with them like this until the cryopods are thawed and they can recolonize the surface of the Earth. Norm asks him to let him go back to his vault, but he refuses. At that time, the ghoul and Lucy are still searching for Hank. Lucy tells him that he might not be able to reach his family the way he wants even if they manage to find her father because 200 years have passed and his family has probably died. But the ghoul feels that they are still alive. After that, the ghoul asks her what she will do if she finds her father. She tells him that she will not kill him and wants to hold him accountable legally in the wasteland. The ghoul laughs in disbelief and is surprised by her way of thinking. He tells her that he used to be like her before the war, but now he cannot think that way. At that moment, the ghoul sees an advertisement for a theatrical performance that he had done back in the day and is affected. We go back in time, and the ghoul is talking with a woman from the Resistance who is against House. She talks to him about House and tells him that he is building missile bases because of suggestions from his wife Barb. She tells him that Barb will give House the cold fusion technology that her company Vault-Tec produces. In return, she will take the nuclear bombs from him. She tells him that House will be the one to detonate the nuclear bombs himself. She asks him to spy on him and stop his wife from carrying out this mission. The ghoul tells her that he is just an actor and not a spy or a communist. She tells him that he can use his fame and enter many places easily. We learn that cold fusion technology is an unlimited source of energy. After that, we return to the present and go to Norm. The supervisor of Vault 31 threatens him and tells him that he has two choices. The first choice is that he will inject him with a serum that will kill him instantly. The second choice is that he puts him in a cryopod so he can be like them and freeze and time will stop for him. Norm gets worried and hits the supervisor. He quickly goes to his device and turns it on and unfreezes the cryopods. The people in the vault begin to return to normal humans. At that time, Hank appears as he arrives at the new headquarters of Vault-Tec which he built. He is happy that he managed to escape. He makes himself coffee and puts on nice clothes and returns to his research work that he is doing to develop the human brain and become one with it. At the same time, Maximus appears wearing the knight's armor and carries out a mission for the Brotherhood. He kills several people and completes the mission. He gets on the plane with the rest of the Brotherhood members. After that, the Elder's men salute him and cheer for him when he arrives. They ask the Elder about the mission. Maximus tells them that it was not easy. The Elder tells him that they must prepare well for the coming period to unite the remaining Brotherhood groups that have scattered. He shows him the powerful arsenal of weapons that he now possesses. Maximus is happy that the Elder trusts him and depends on him. At that time, Lucy talks with the ghoul and tells him that he must deal with people in a better way so that his family will love him if he finds them. But the ghoul keeps walking and does not comment on what she says. Suddenly, Lucy hears the voice of a woman coming from a building next to them calling for help. Lucy decides to help her. The ghoul tries to convince her to continue on their way so they do not get delayed, but Lucy insists. They enter the building. Lucy tries to save the woman. The ghoul finds another person in the place but kills him to eat him. Lucy is scared of what he is doing. The ghoul starts eating that person but suddenly stops eating and finds the taste of the meat bad. He discovers that this person is injected with a strange substance. Lucy tries to protect the woman who is there from the ghoul, but suddenly predatory monsters attack them. The ghoul manages to kill all of them but gets injured because of the monsters that attacked him. There is one dose of medicine with Lucy, but the woman also needs it. Lucy injects the woman with the medicine and tells the ghoul that she knows he is strong and can handle it, but this woman is weak and will die. She tells him that she will take this woman to her house and then come back for him. At that time Norm is still in Vault 31 and all the frozen pods have turned into humans. Norm tells them that 200 years have passed since they were frozen. He pretends to be their leader and tells them that they must find a way to get out of the cave they are in. They still do not understand anything and do not comprehend what Norm is saying. We learn that they were ordinary people, but they made an agreement with Vault-Tec to protect themselves from the nuclear war, and time stopped for them from the time of the war. After that, Norm lies to them and tells them that they will be proof of Vault-Tec's success if they manage to get out of the cave. They all believe him and get excited and start looking for an exit. They indeed find an exit through the ventilation shaft. They open it and find stairs and go out through it and manage to get outside the cave. They are surprised by the surface of the earth because it has completely changed. At the same time, Hank continues his research on rats to adjust a certain device. We learn that this device is placed in the neck of any person and through it he can control their minds. Hank keeps trying it on the rats but cannot adjust the control level and all the rats die. He is upset. At that time, Maximus passes by the workers in the factory where they are making the armor. He inspects it and tests the strength of the weapons there. After that, he talks with his friend about Lucy and tells him that he is upset that he is no longer with Lucy and that the responsibilities of the Brotherhood are what forced him to stay away from her. The elder of the Brotherhood gathers with leaders of other groups. Their goal is the same as the Brotherhood. The goal is to protect humanity and eliminate all the evil people who are there. The elder of the Brotherhood shows them the energy supplies he has that can power many armors. They are surprised by them and warn him not to use these armors against them. He confirms to them that these armors are to protect humanity. They make an agreement between them that confirms this. At that time, Lucy is walking with the woman she saved, but she finds people from Caesar's army camp in front of her. The woman with her suddenly disappears. We learn that this camp is the remains of the Roman armies and wants to take control of the world. Lucy is angry and does not know how to act. They surround her. After that, she talks to them and tells them that she is not a harmful person, but they still do not let her go. After that, the soldiers find the woman who was with her and kill her. Their leader appears and tells her that they are at war with the Brotherhood and the new California Republic. He does not listen to her defense of herself and hangs her on a cross and decides to leave her hanging until she dies. At that time, the ghoul manages to remove the strange substance that was transferred to him from the predatory monsters from his leg. After that, he leaves the building and arrives at the place where Lucy is imprisoned. He sees her from afar and knows that she is in trouble. We go to the Brotherhood. At that time, a mediator from another group comes because of the civil wars that are happening. He talks with the elder and tells him that their goal is one. Maximus is sent on a mission with the mediator. Maximus learns that war could break out between the groups if anything happens to the mediator. The mediator talks with Maximus and tells him that his group wants the cold fusion technology that he has, but Maximus does not comment. After that, they arrive at a place and a robot attacks them. Maximus cooperates with the mediator and kills it. After that, they find a group of children in the place who are mutated like the ghoul. One of them is named Thaddeus, and he is the leader of these children and is mutated like them. Thaddeus tries to protect the children, but the mediator tells him that they are deformed creatures and should die. But Maximus prevents the mediator from killing them, and they also fight and die. At the same time, Lucy has become tired and unable to resist. She sees the people hanging around her and the birds eating from them. She feels that she is about to die. But suddenly, the ghoul appears and talks to the leader and tells him that he has information about the places where his enemies are hiding. But in return, he asks him to hand over Lucy to him. He agrees and has his men untie Lucy. Lucy is surprised by what the ghoul did and thanks him. But the ghoul blows up the camp right after they leave it because he gave false information to the leader. We go to Maximus. He is upset about what he did and asks Thaddeus to go with him and wear the armor and pretend to be the mediator because if he does not return with him, then civil wars will happen. Thaddeus tells him that if he gets caught, he might die because the Brotherhood will not accept his appearance. Maximus tells him that if the Brotherhood members reach his place, they will kill him too, and they will also kill all the children. He tells him that running away, which he is used to, is not the solution. Thaddeus is forced to agree to his request. Thaddeus indeed puts on the armor, but is nervous and cannot get out of the building door. Maximus is worried that he will get caught. But after that, they get on the plane and return to the Brotherhood's place. At that time, Lucy is tired and remains asleep for 2 days because of the medicine the ghoul gave her to make her better. This medicine has a high percentage of drugs. After that, Lucy wakes up and the ghoul is next to her with his old friends. The ghoul's friend gives them weapons to help them on their way. After that, Lucy walks with the ghoul to continue on their way. He tells her that if his friends had known that she was Hank's daughter, they would have killed her immediately and would not have hosted her for the past 2 days. At the same time, Betty, the supervisor of Vault 33, yells at one of the Vault members because he is using a lot of water on the club he built. But he opposes her and tells her that they have the right to use the water as they want. After that, Lucy talks with the ghoul and tells him that she feels sick and unwell. He tells her that she has become addicted to drugs because he gave her large doses to make her better. He tells her that she has 2 choices. The first is that she endures the withdrawal symptoms for a period of 5 days. The second is that she takes more of these drugs. Lucy takes the box of drugs from him and tells him that she cannot endure the withdrawal symptoms, especially since she is looking for her father. At the same time, Maximus arrives with Thaddeus at the Brotherhood's place and no one can expose him. Maximus decides to kill his elder because he is confident that if he finds out what happened, he will kill him. At the same time, the people who were in Vault 31 find a food truck and they are hungry. They sit down to eat. One of them, named Ronnie, talks with Norm and asks him about the plan they will execute. Norm gets nervous because he does not have any plan and he is also not the leader. At the same time, the supervisor of Vault 32 talks with Betty and tells her that she discovered that the cryopods were unfrozen in Vault 31 and the Vault supervisor is dead and she does not understand what happened. The supervisor of Vault 32 tells Betty that there is a memory box that Hank had before the war. She tells her that she might be able to help her with the water issue if she can bring her that box. Betty asks her what is in it, but the supervisor of Vault 32 refuses to say anything about it. At that time, Lucy and the ghoul find a road that will take them to Las Vegas. The ghoul expects that he will find Hank in that city. But the road is full of mutated people. The ghoul tells Lucy that they will try to find another road instead of this one to reach the city. But Lucy is under the influence of drugs and is excited and keeps killing the people in front of her to storm the place. The ghoul is surprised and happy that she has started killing anyone easily and has changed from before. At that time, Thaddeus tries to pretend that he is the mediator and talks with the members of the other groups. The armor makes his voice sound different, so it is not clear who is speaking exactly. But suddenly Thaddeus feels that he is choking and cannot breathe. He gets a panic attack and tries to control it. At that moment, Maximus talks with the elder and tells him that he killed the mediator. Maximus takes out his gun and threatens to kill him. The elder tells him that he raised him and that even if he kills him, it will not change anything in the world around them. The elder confirms to him that his system is violent but necessary to protect humanity and rebuild the place, and that he has a plan to bring the world back to what it was. Maximus still has the gun pointed and cannot kill the elder. But the elder grabs a gun and tries to shoot Maximus first, but nothing happens to Maximus. He escapes and locks the elder inside the room and closes it on him. At that same moment, one of the Brotherhood members informs the others that the small container that has the cold fusion technology has been stolen. They start shooting at each other. Maximus's friend is the one who stole the container and gives it to Maximus. Maximus escapes with Thaddeus. At that time, the ghoul walks with Lucy through the city. But a huge monster suddenly appears in front of them and attacks them. But they manage to run away from it. After that, they reach the city center. The ghoul tells her that he used to come to this place before the war. She tells him that she is surprised why her father would come to a city full of monsters like this. The ghoul tells her that there was a plan put in place before the war that specified that there would be vaults for administrative people, and these vaults have certain specifications. He tells her that he searched 2 vaults and they were empty with no one in them. The 3rd vault for administrators is in Las Vegas, where they are. If her father is not in this vault, then his wife and daughter are probably in it. The ghoul tells Lucy that it is not easy to storm the place because there are many monsters around it. Lucy cuts him off and tells him that she is starting to feel withdrawal symptoms. He gives her money and the address of a shop to buy a certain medicine from. This medicine will cleanse her body of all the drugs she took, and she will be fine. The ghoul leaves her and goes to sit in a bar and drink. He looks at himself in the mirror and is sad and affected. We go back to the past. The ghoul is in the same place with the woman from the Resistance who is against House. But they talk on the phone so no one notices. She confirms to him that Vault-Tec will take the nuclear bombs from House in exchange for the cold fusion technology. She asks him to kill House. The ghoul tells her that he will not kill anyone, but he will try to stop this deal. After that, the ghoul attends a party with his wife Barb. But he leaves her and pretends that he will talk to someone he knows. But he keeps watching Hank and his behavior. After that, a man pretending to be House appears, but he is just a person carrying out House's instructions. That man goes to talk to the ghoul and tells him that the Real House wants to see him. The ghoul goes with him and meets him. House tells the ghoul that he knows all the plans happening around him and knows that he wants to kill him. House tells him that he is like him and each of them wants to be the best in his field. He tells him that he will take the cold fusion technology this week from Vault-Tec where Barb works. He tells him that he is doing this so he can live forever and not die. But House lies to him and tells him that if he takes the cold fusion technology, a nuclear war will not happen and that he is just a specialist in mathematics and robotics and owns a bar. He tells him that there is probably an unknown person who is behind the nuclear war, but he still does not know who it is. The ghoul is upset and leaves him and walks away. We return to the present. Hank appears in Las Vegas and hits a bandit on the head and takes him to the vault. At the same moment, cryopods appear in the vault with the names Barb and her daughter. After that, the bandit wakes up and finds himself tied up and connected to a control device. Hank tells him that he will make him forget all the bad memories he lived through using this device. Hank turns on the device and that person is happy and surrenders. The experiment succeeds without that person dying. Hank is happy. At that time, the members of Vault 31 go to the old Vault-Tec headquarters. They are upset when they see all the people in the company dead. But two surface dwellers appear in front of them in the company and tell them that this is their home where they live and ask them to leave. One of them tells Norm that she met his sister Lucy and tells him that his sister died. Norm lies to her and tells her that she has no evidence for anything she says and that she does not even know what she looks like. That woman tells him that he should take the people with him and go back to the vault where it is safe for him. But Norm stays in the place and does not leave. After that, Norm and those with him see the machines in the company. Norm tries to find anything to help him. One of the women from Vault 31 named Claudia is sad and affected as she holds her mother's enrollment file for the cryo program before the war. She tells Norm that she is sure her family died and are definitely not there after all these years. She tells him that she saw it as a strange experiment and wanted to participate in it. She tells him that Barb the ghoul's wife was the one planning everything and was managing all the proposals for the vaults. Norm tells her that he is not their leader but was forced to do that. Ronnie hears them and is shocked. Claudia leaves him to get something to drink. At that moment, Ronnie attacks Norm and strangles him with a rope and tries to kill him. But Norm loses consciousness. At that time, Lucy arrives at the shop to buy the medicine. But she finds that the money she has is little and the medicine is more expensive. She enters through a back door to the shop and takes the medicine quickly before anyone sees her. But she sees the shop owner dead in front of her. A man suddenly appears pretending to be the shop owner. Lucy is scared and nervous and tells him that she entered through the wrong door. That man is about to shoot her, but Lucy beats him to it and shoots him and he dies. After that, she takes the medicine and all the strange substances in her body come out. After that, Lucy returns to the ghoul but finds a person sent by her father there. That person tells her that her father is in an underground vault now and that the ghoul's wife and daughter are in cryopods and Hank is the only one who knows where they are. That person is the bandit and has a control device connected to his neck. That person tells the ghoul that Hank wants to make a deal with him and that he intends to hand over his wife and daughter to him. Lucy returns, so the ghoul agrees. But Lucy is surprised by the ghoul's decision and does not agree to this deal. She asks him not to trust what he says. The ghoul tells her that he brought her with him to negotiate with Hank and that her role is done now. He hits her with a sedative injection. But Lucy is shocked because she considered herself and the ghoul friends. She tries to stay strong and pushes the ghoul through the window. He falls on a sharp piece of iron that goes into his body. Lucy loses consciousness. After that, her father goes to her and takes her. At that time, the ghoul tries to save himself but cannot. He is surprised when he finds his dog running and leaving him. After that, a mutated person appears and saves him. He carries him and takes him to a certain place. That person puts a substance in the wound and gives first aid to the ghoul. The mutated person asks him to join his group. But the ghoul refuses, so he hits the mutated person and leaves. We go back to the past. The ghoul's wife holds a meeting with the person pretending to be House and shows him the control device they made. Hank is present at the meeting with them and focused on this device. We learn that this is the same device that Hank uses with the bandits. After that, the ghoul talks with his wife and tells her that he knows everything she is doing and planning and that he is surprised that she is so evil. Barb is surprised that he exposed her. He wants to leave her. Barb tries to convince him to stay with her and tells him that she is doing all of this to protect their daughter. He yells at her and tells her that this way many people will die. She tells him that if he were in her place, he would do the same thing. Barb tells him that Dr. Weil came to her and threatened her with their daughter if she did not carry out the company's orders. She tells him that Dr. Weil was also carrying out the orders of the executives when he threatened her and that she does not know who the big boss is. We return to the present. Lucy wakes up and finds herself in the vault. She tries to hit 2 security guards with a fire extinguisher but finds them surrendering and smiling at her. She is surprised and does not hit them. She discovers that all the people in the vault have become obedient and peaceful and help each other and are happy. Lucy goes to her father's office and he brings her breakfast. But she grabs a knife and puts it to his neck and threatens to kill him. She asks him to surrender and go with her to Vault 33 to be tried for what he did. Hank tries to show her that he is already surrendering and chains his hands. He tells her that everything he did was to protect her and that she is the most important thing to him. Lucy is affected by his words but does not back down from her decision. Hank tries to gain her sympathy and reminds her of the good times they had together. He shows her all the people in the vault and tells her that they were criminals and the control device made them peaceful and obedient. He confirms to her that his goal is to have peace around them and for people to be happy. 2 people appear who still need to have the control device activated on them and they look like criminals. Hank asks her to press the button to turn them into obedient people. But Lucy refuses. Those 2 people keep fighting and are about to kill each other. Lucy is forced to press the button and use the device. They turn into submissive people and behave very calmly. Lucy is amazed by what is happening. At that time Maximus is on the run with Thaddeus. He tells him that he will give the cold fusion container he has to Lucy. Thaddeus tries to convince him to sell it and tells him that they need the money. But at that moment the ghoul's dog arrives to them and they go with him to find out where the ghoul is. They indeed find him. He tells them that he will help them find Lucy. At the same time Hank talks with Lucy and tells her that through the device he has he can control anyone's memories and can erase the memories he wants. That way he can turn criminals into good people. Lucy asks him how he can cancel the system he created and stop this project and return to the vault. Hank tells her that he cannot return these people to how they were, but he will not continue the project on new people. For Hank to gain her trust, he tells her that this will only happen if the main device that programs the small control devices is broken. After that Lucy goes with her father and rides a golf cart inside the vault. Hank tells Lucy the directions to the place where the main device is. She tells Lucy that their life was normal and he is the one who ruined it. He tells her that his invention is what will protect the world and make it normal and all people will be peaceful. At that time the ghoul is walking with Maximus and Thaddeus and tells them that there are many monsters in the city center and they need to be well armored. But suddenly the ghoul points his gun at Maximus to find out what he is hiding in his hand. Maximus is forced to show him the cold fusion container. He tells him that he is keeping it for Lucy because he trusts that she will know how to use it for good. The ghoul stays silent and does not comment. After that the ghoul leads them to a warehouse with many weapons. He talks with Maximus and tells him that he will make a deal with him. He will give him a large strong armor to defeat the monsters to reach Lucy. In return he will take the cold fusion container. Maximus agrees and is surprised when he sees the armor. The ghoul takes the container from him. After that Maximus puts on the armor and goes with the ghoul and Thaddeus to the city center. All the people greet him because he is wearing this armor and will protect them from the monsters. At that time Lucy sits eating with her father while still thinking about what exactly she will do. After that Lucy pretends that she will untie the chains on his hands but instead ties them to the oven door so he cannot move. She tells him that he was always a good father, but she does not agree with what he will do and she will destroy the main device that controls these people. Hank is shocked and cannot stop her. At that time Claudia goes and unties the rope tied to Norm so he can escape from Ronnie. But Norm stays and does not escape. Norm tries to send a message to Lucy in the vault through a device and tells her that he needs her help if she is there. But suddenly the members of Vault 31 appear and Norm is scared. At the same time the supervisor of Vault 32 decides to marry Chet, Lucy's cousin. Chet is standing with her and completes the marriage procedures. But he confesses to all the attendees that he does not want to marry her and that he discovered during the time he spent in Vault 32 that she is Canadian, not American, and not a real vault dweller. All the vault residents are surprised. He tells them that he suspects she is involved in a conspiracy that will harm the vault residents. He shows them her ID card. The vault supervisor gets nervous and runs to her room and does not know what to do. We go to the ghoul who is still walking with Maximus and Thaddeus through the city. They find a monster in front of them eating a dead person. Maximus attacks it and tries to kill it. The ghoul helps and shoots the monster. In the end, Maximus manages to kill it and keeps killing the rest of the monsters. At that time, the ghoul reaches the old house headquarters and finds a strange device. He puts the cold fusion container into it and all the devices around him turn on. House appears on a screen and tells the ghoul that he has achieved his goal that he wanted before the war and remained for 200 years until now. The ghoul asks him what would happen if he broke the device that is there. House tells him that then the other planets might be destroyed as well and warns him not to do that. The ghoul tells him that he will not break the device and in return he will tell him the directions in the vault that lead to his wife and daughter. House is forced to agree. House has him put a small device in his hand. He tells him that everyone in the vault follows orders and walks according to his instructions. But there is an unknown person he does not know who overcame him, and that person is the one who made the monsters take control of Las Vegas. At the same time, Lucy arrives at the room where the main device connected to the control devices is located. But she is surprised to find the head of a woman frozen and connected to a device. We learn that this woman was a member of Congress, and House chose her because she is a submissive person so that all the criminals' minds would be programmed the same way. Lucy is scared when she finds the woman's head talking and understands that she is still alive. The woman asks Lucy to kill her. Lucy is forced to shoot her and she indeed dies. At that time Ronnie decides to kill Norm. Claudia fights with him to leave him alone. Ronnie pushes her and she falls on a door that opens. Huge mutated cockroaches come out and attack them and kill them all. But Norm manages to hide and nothing happens to him. After that Norm leaves the place and finds them all dead. Claudia is injured. Norm tries to save her and takes her and puts her on the cart and they leave the place. The same time Lucy comes out of the main device room. But Hank suddenly appears and yells at her for what she did. He tells her that House wanted to turn people into machines to be obedient to his orders, but he is the opposite and tries to add a human element to the mission. That time the ghoul is walking through House's vault following the correct directions through the device he is wearing. House tells him that he participated unintentionally in all the destruction that happened when he took the cold fusion technology from his wife Barb and handed it over to the executives. He thought he was protecting the world, but the opposite happened and they used the technology for evil and the war started. We go back to the past. The ghoul intends to escape with his wife and travel to a faraway country after she handed over the technology. But he meets Hank at that time. The supervisor of Vault 32 is with Hank and tells them that the Vault supervisor made an offer to her and she agreed. Barb and the ghoul congratulate her. We return to the present. Hank is threatening his daughter and tells her that he will connect her to the control device to turn her into a submissive person. Lucy is scared and tries to escape. One of Hank's men stops her. But the ghoul appears at the last moment and shoots Hank in the leg. He falls to the ground. The ghoul tells them that the final decision will be his daughter's and she will decide whether he dies or not. The ghoul gives the gun to Lucy and leaves her and continues on his way inside the vault. Maximus fights many monsters but the armor breaks and he cannot continue the attack. Maximus takes off the armor and feels that he is weaker than the monsters in front of him. But he keeps fighting. A person in armor appears and helps Maximus and kills the monsters. Many soldiers appear and Maximus learns that they are the people of New California. They help him kill the remaining monsters. That time Lucy comes out with her father outside the vault. She still has the gun pointed at him. Hank tells her that he is the one who can bring peace back to the world again. But Lucy does not believe him. She is holding a remote that activates the control device connected to Hank's neck, but she cannot press it. Hank takes out another remote from his pocket and presses the button. He turns into a submissive and obedient person and forgets his memories. Lucy is shocked and affected and sad about what happened to her father. She hugs him. After that Hank wakes up and talks to her as if he is a robot and does not even know her. After that Maximus appears in front of her. She is surprised and they hug each other and are emotional. That time Chet and the residents of Vault 32 are surrounded by the supervisor of Vault 32. The supervisor declares a state of emergency in the vault. The higher management begins the new phase of the mission. She introduces herself to them and says that she is Hank's wife. The same time the ghoul reaches the storage room of the cryopods. He stands in front of the cryopods containing his wife and daughter. The ghoul stops the freezing and the pod opens. But his wife and daughter do not come back to life. The ghoul is shocked and sad. He remembers before the war when the police arrested him before he could travel with his wife Barb. He confessed to the police that he was the reason for the leak of the cold fusion technology and sacrificed himself to protect Barb. Barb was affected by what he did at that time. After that we return to the present. Lucy enters the old house headquarters with Maximus. They find that all the signals on the devices have stopped. Lucy tells him that this means a war will break out between all the existing groups. That time the ghoul leaves the city and walks alone on his way. After that the elder of the Brotherhood appears with one of the members. The elder tells him that he thought he could unite all the groups, but he could not. He tells them that he will now prove his existence and take control of them, and that will only happen through war, not peace. The second season of the series ends. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel.